Imagine stepping off a plane, somewhere totally new. The air smells different, the sounds are unfamiliar, and suddenly you feel this surge of just being alive, a connection to something much bigger than your day-to-day.
Yeah, that feeling.
That deep-seated dream of travel, of exploring, it feels pretty universal, doesn't it?
It really does.
And even when things in the world feel, well, uncertain, that curiosity, that pull, it seems like it only gets stronger.
And that innate desire is exactly what we're diving into today. We're taking a really deep look at the multifaceted benefits and, yeah, also some of the downsides, the ones people maybe don't talk about as much, of traveling abroad.
Right. And for this deep dive, we've pulled together insights from quite a few places, articles from WebMDT, Tilting Futures, TerraTurn, and also an expert travel blog from Let's Roam.
Yeah, good mix of perspectives.
So our mission for you today is basically to distill all that down, get you the most important nuggets of knowledge, kind of a shortcut to being genuinely well-informed about why travel really changes you.
Exactly. Covering everything from, personal growth right through to how it can impact your career.
So beyond just wanting to go,
Yeah.
why do we feel this powerful connection to travel? Especially after, big global events that shifted everything. And what does the science actually say about how it affects us?
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that.
Yeah.
Because it really is a deep-seated thing.
It's more than just a feeling, isn't it? We've all felt that innate pull towards new experiences, exploring different cultures, seeking adventure.
Definitely.
What really stood out from our sources was that even after things like COVID-19, which, dramatically hit tourism, this love for travel, our collective desire, it has grown stronger.
It's almost counterintuitive, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like the world pausing made us appreciate the possibility even more.
And it's not just us saying that. The sources emphasize that scientists have actually proved travel is profoundly good for you, for your body and your mind.
Bringing happiness and satisfaction like no other activity, as one source put it. It's a verifiable boost to your well-being. It's not just fluff.
And that scientific backing really brings that saying to life, the one that popped up in multiple sources. Travel is the only thing you can buy that makes you richer.
Right. And it's clearly not talking about money in your bank account.
No, it's got to be something much more valuable.
Exactly. It points to this intangible wealth. Our sources suggest this richness isn't just a nice metaphor for having cool experiences. It actually refers to a measurable increase in things like cognitive flexibility, emotional resilience.
Qualities you just can't get from buying, a new gadget.
Precisely. You gain them through the experience.
Okay, so if that desire is ingrained and it brings this richness, what does the journey itself actually do to us? How does it fundamentally shift who we are?
Well, that leads us right into personal growth, doesn't it? And those shifting perspectives.
Yeah, because travel constantly throws you into the new people, cultures, places, ways of life, languages, totally different realities.
And the key, as the sources really stress, is taking all that in without any judgment or prejudice, keeping an open mind.
Which isn't always easy, but...
Okay. No, it takes conscious effort. But when you do immerse yourself like that, the sources highlight how it actively starts breaking down your own prejudices, your preconceptions.
Right.
It fosters humility, a deeper kind of comprehension, and gives you entirely new perspectives on life itself.
And then there's that surprising twist you mentioned earlier. It can actually lead you to appreciate your own life better when you get back.
Yeah, that's a fascinating outcome. Is it just comparison? Maybe partly, but it feels deeper.
It does. Because it seems like travel is also this incredible chance to learn about yourself.
Absolutely. When you step out of your normal routine, your daily grind, it kind of forces you to slow down.
Yeah, you actually have time to think, to feel, to connect with your inner self in a way that, let's face it, daily life rarely allows.
It becomes about exploring your inner self just as much as exploring, exotic temples or beaches.
So how do you react when you're pushed out of that comfort zone? Or the stretch zone, as one source called it.
The stretch zone. That's often where the magic happens, isn't it? It's where you genuinely discover maybe your authentic self, you clarify what you really value, redefine priorities.
You might even find new passions or interests you never knew you had.
Or it could inspire huge life changes, a whole new direction.
And sometimes, let's be honest, that growth comes from things being genuinely uncomfortable.
Oh, definitely. Travel isn't always glamorous.
No.
Yeah.
Tiny airline seats, packed buses, huge language barriers where you feel totally lost, maybe even making silly mistakes that people laugh at.
Right. Feeling confused, out of your depth.
But that discomfort, weirdly, can be such a powerful teacher. One source had this great example. Imagine being on a, rickety bus for hours, somewhere remote, dusty roads,
Okay.
and you're feeling stressed, maybe annoyed. Then you look around, and the local people, they're smiling, laughing, sharing food, maybe even gently teasing you, the foreigner.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Yeah, you see this incredible resilience, this kindness, despite maybe difficult circumstances. It gives you a new perspective, not just on the world around you, but also on your place in it.
That's powerful. It reveals the strengths people have and maybe puts your own challenges into perspective.
It really does. And it connects right back to broadening horizons, making you realize how lucky you are.
Yeah, that point came up again and again. While it might feel easier than ever for some of us to travel,
For some, yeah.
the reality is most people do not have the money nor the freedom to leave their homes. Many are dealing with much bigger issues: health, hunger, and poverty.
Seeing that firsthand, even briefly, it really does help you appreciate everything you have and are.
And maybe, just maybe, complain a little less about the small stuff back home.
Exactly. Okay, so we've talked about the inner shifts. What about the more concrete gains? Skills, health benefits, tangible advantages.
Right, because it's not just introspection. Travel is framed as a learning opportunity even bigger and more valuable than any course, school, or lecture.
How so? Give me some examples.
Well, think practical skills. You can genuinely pick up a new language, even just basic phrases for getting around.
Sure, enough to order coffee or ask for directions.
Exactly. Or you could perfect a hobby. The sources mention things like wildlife photography, imagine an African safari, or honing culinary skills on a foodie tour somewhere amazing.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Or more active stuff.
Yeah, scuba diving, surfing, meditation retreats, horseback riding, or even just, long walks exploring a new city. It all counts.
And then there are those soft skills everyone talks about.
Ah, yes, the crucial ones. Adaptability, you have to adapt when things go wrong. Problem solving under pressure, cross-cultural communication, obviously.
Cultural sensitivity becomes real, not just a buzzword.
Absolutely. And even time management. Planning itineraries, trying to fit everything in.
Or learning the hard way about accountability when you miss that train or flight.
Yeah.
Like that story about the coworker at the tiny New Zealand airport.
Ah, exactly. Those moments stick with you, and they teach you valuable lessons.
Okay, so skills, yes. What about health? You mentioned body and mind earlier.
Right. So physically, just being outside your comfort zone, exposed to new environments, new germs even.
Uh-oh.
No, wait. One source points out that exposure to different bacteria and viruses can actually improve your immune system, make it richer, better at fighting things off later.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
It is. But beyond that, think about healthier habits you might adopt naturally. Sleeping and waking with the sun, maybe. Actually taking time for a proper breakfast because you're not rushing to work.
True, the pace can be different. And all that walking or hiking.
Exactly. Physical activity often increases. But mentally, too, the stimulation, the new experiences, and crucially, the sources stress that even just recalling great travel memories later on.
Like thinking back to that amazing view or a funny moment.
Yes. That feeling of happiness, laughter, maybe hugs shared with new friends. Recalling those actually contributes to your current well-being. Because, as they say, a good laugh heals a lot of hurts.
I love that. Okay, let's talk money for a second. Travel costs money, obviously.
It does. But it also teaches really valuable financial lessons.
Wow.
Well, planning a trip forces you to improve your financial literacy, right? You have to budget.
Yeah.
You learn about currency conversion, prioritizing expenses. Do I splurge on this tour or save for that nice meal?
And I guess in 2025, things like digital banking and fintech apps make managing money internationally way easier than it used to be.
Oh, massively easier. Instant currency conversion, mobile payments. It's changed the game.
So the sources had tips for managing the cost.
Yeah, practical stuff. Create a detailed travel budget beforehand. Use travel rewards points or credit cards smartly. Book flights and accommodation well in advance. And a big one. Travel during the off-season if you can. Huge savings possible there.
Right, so it turns a potential hurdle into a chance to build a practical skill. Financial management on the go.
Precisely.
Okay, so skills, health, finances. What about connections? Social bonds, professional edge.
Big ones. Let's start with memories. The sources emphasize how memories made during travel stay with you forever.
Yeah, they really do become part of you.
And you get to relive them, experience all of those emotions you had over and over again just by thinking back.
And those memories, they don't just sit there, do they? They shape your personality, make you richer and more interesting.
Exactly. You genuinely have More stories to share, newer perspectives to bring to conversations. Which is why documenting travels photos, a journal, is so encouraged. They testify to the rich experience you'll never forget.
And connecting with people.
Huge potential there. Travel puts you right in the path of people from all over the world. Fellow travelers, friendly locals.
If you're open to it.
Right. With the right attitude and initiative, the sources say you can gain amazing new friends, build real global companionship.
I can definitely relate to that. Some of my closest friends now are people I met traveling from, all over the U.S., UK, Norway, Italy, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Ghana.
Wow, that's quite a list. And that's exactly it. It builds this incredible personal network of like-minded individuals to share ideas, perspectives, stories, and plan future experiences with. Creates really lasting bonds.
And surprisingly, maybe this all feeds into your professional life too.
Absolutely. The sources are clear. Travel looks great on your resume.
Why? What does it signal to employers?
It shows you're adaptable, capable of learning new things quickly, comfortable outside your comfort zone. It helps you stand out.
One source even listed 7 advantages of traveling abroad for jobs in 2025.
Big ones include enhanced career opportunities and global exposure. You might access jobs or even entire fields which may not exist at home. Think cutting-edge AI, cybersecurity, fintech. Places like Estonia, Singapore, Israel are hubs for that.
So it literally opens up new career paths.
It can. And beyond specific jobs, think skill development again, adaptability, cross-cultural communication, problem-solving, creative thinking, all highly valued.
What about earning potential?
That's another advantage mentioned. Certain places, Switzerland, Singapore, the UAE were cited, offer high salaries and tax perks specifically to attract international talent.
Interesting. And the networking aspect continues professionally.
Definitely. Connecting with coworkers, clients, industry leaders globally. That can lead to future jobs, collaborations, partnerships you'd never find staying put.
And there was also a point about independence.
Yeah, that travel can foster this real sense of freedom and independence, which sometimes inspires people to, become their own boss, start their own business, or become a freelancer. It builds that self-reliance.
Okay, this all sounds overwhelmingly positive, but we did say we'd cover the downsides too. Let's be fair.
Right, we have to acknowledge the challenges. They're real.
So first up, cost. It could be quite costly. No getting around that sometimes.
True. Then, health and safety risks. New diseases, potential for accidents, crime in unfamiliar places. You need to be aware.
And the environmental impact is a big one now, isn't it? Carbon emissions from flights, the strain on local ecosystems.
A very important consideration, yes. And then language barriers. They can be genuinely very problematic sometimes, just trying to navigate public transport or order food.
Okay, so those are real potential negatives.
They are. But here's the thing. Knowing about them allows you to prepare and maybe even turn them into advantages, as the sources suggest.
How do you turn a cost issue into an advantage?
By mastering the solutions. Meticulous budgeting, booking ahead, traveling off-season, these become skills. For health and safety, it's about research, getting vaccinations, taking sensible precautions again, building preparedness.
And the environmental impact.
That pushes you towards sustainable tourism practices, reducing waste, supporting eco-friendly businesses. It makes you a more conscious traveler.
And language barriers.
Well, beyond just relying on translation apps, learning even a few keywords in the local language shows respect, improves interactions. It pushes you to connect. So it all comes back to that idea that overcoming challenges while traveling will help you boost your confidence and feel better prepared when coming back home.
They're not just obstacles. They're kind of like training grounds for life skills.
Exactly.
So wrapping this deep dive up, it really seems like the impact of travel is incredibly profound and holistic. It touches everything.
Personal growth, skills, health, social connections, career. As one source beautifully put it, the benefits of traveling are infinite.
Yeah. And despite those real downsides we talked about, the consensus seems to be that the transformative power still mostly triumphs over the problems. It can lead to, wow, radical change in one's existence.
Which brings us to a final thought for you listening. If travel really has this proven power to transform you and change your life and personality for the better,
then what unexpected transformation might be waiting for you just beyond the edge of your own comfort zone?